folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist with Camping World, and today we're going to go over the 2019 Keystone Sprinter 32 FWBH. For those of you that have a big family and you're looking for a bunkhouse that's nice and separated, giving you that privacy so maybe you can stay up at night, and you want a bath and a half floor plan, then this is one you definitely want to check out. We'll actually start off right over here on our super slide. You will see that you have your standard style of dinette. You can easily sit 4 people here. You do have the leatherette both on the back as well as the seat, making this easy to clean. You'll also see you have handles here. So that way what you can do is to access the storage underneath, just take off that back cushion. You lift it up just like so. You'll see that this one has a hinge on there. So that folds up and it makes this really easy to get to. A lot of people, you know, they want like the door on the side, which while it is great to access the stuff that is close, the stuff that is way back is pretty hard to get with that door. You have to get down on your hands and knees. Again, this just makes things a little easier on you. Also, this does drop down into a bed. If you want some additional sleeping space, you remove the poles right here from the flanges in the floor as well as the table. Table drops down, sits on these rails right here. These same back cushions then come out. Put them on just like that, and you have additional sleeping space. Now, it's not huge. An adult's probably going to struggle to sleep there, but it is great for children, or if you need to put a pack and play up there, you can do that as well. Big windows all the way around. They didn't put any storage in the super slide, which I think is a good option because you have plenty of storage in other spaces. You'll see when we go into the kitchen, you have good storage there. Instead, they really open this space up, giving you a ton of extra light in here. Also, these windows do open so that way you can have cross ventilation. Some LED lights in here to help brighten it up. Neat thing about that is for 2019, they are on a dimmer. So you can push and hold this. They can dim down and brighten back up. The thing I really like that for is if you go somewhere at night, let's say you go to a friend's campfire, you know, a couple spots down, you can just put this really low, so that way when you come in, you just have those dim lights on. It's not super bright. You can, you know, everyone come in, go to bed, use the bathroom, whatever else you need to do. Right here is the entertainment center. So that is directly across from this sofa, which is great. You have the 40-inch TV here in the center, a little bit of storage up top with the glass there. You will notice that you have the sound bar underneath. This is a great sound bar. It does have a USB as well as HDMI plug on there. You can see you can control your speaker zones there too. And if you take a look underneath, you'll see some additional storage there as well as an additional electrical outlet, I'm guessing for an optional fireplace. As I mentioned though, it is directly across from this sofa. Folks, this sofa is a tri-fold. So if you take a look at this right back here, you can see the cushion. This is what you'll actually get to sleep on. Now this does fold out and makes into a decent sized bed. Just bear in mind that when this is folded out, it pretty much traps the people that are in the back here. So, you know, they're late sleepers, probably not the best bed for them there. But speaking of the back, let's come on back and take a look at the bunkhouse real quick, and then we will move into our kitchen. So as I promised, this is a bath and a half model. If you take a look right here, you will see your half bath. You have good storage up top. One side has a door there with a mirror on it for your medicine cabinet, electrical outlet underneath. Big countertop space, folks. So, you know, you'll probably have 3 kids back here, possibly 4. You'll have a lot of stuff, toothbrushes, curling irons, hair dryers. That gives them a place to put it. Stainless steel bowl for the sink, so upgraded bowl, and you have a little bit of storage underneath. And of course, the toilet, so if they have to use the restroom during the night, they are able to do that. I'll shut this real quick so you can easily see over here. This top bunk does lift up. Just locks into place just like so. 300-pound weight capacity on here, so even if an adult needs to sleep up here, they can. Right down underneath is your sofa. This is a jackknife style sofa, so it just lifts up and drops down, super simple. What you'll notice is you have 3 drawers underneath, so that way to access this storage, you just pull the drawers out, super simple. I love this because that gives you a spot in which you can store some of the kids' folded clothes. Right over here, you have this little kind of stand almost. Essentially what it's for is your fuse box. This is where your fuses are at. You can see that. So you have your breaker panel going across the top, your fuses going right down the side, and then you have an electrical outlet there as well. Across on the other side here is our third bunk. This bunk is wider than the one on the other side here. So, you know, if you, again, if an adult needs to sleep somewhere, this will probably be the preferable bed, 300-pound, or preferred bed rather, 300-pound weight capacity on this one too. Window up top there. Right down underneath is your entertainment center, so the place to hook up a TV. You will notice right here to the side, you have some drawers running right along there. A little bit of storage here in the front with the nets, and then you have these 3 cubby holes right over here to the side. As we move into the kitchen, there is an electrical outlet right down here, so that way if you need to plug in a vacuum cleaner, you have a convenient spot for it there. And then this slide out has our fridge freezer combo, stainless steel front there. See the freezer up top, of course your fridge space right down below, the cutout right there. This unit does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. Right over here to the side, you have some extra space right here. In my opinion, this is probably the best spot for the coffee maker. Put that guy right here in the corner, electrical outlet right there to boot. You also have the cooktop with the glass cover. This one does fold up and back and doubles as a backsplash. That will reveal your 3-burner cooktop there with the oven underneath. You'll see you also have 3 drawers. This is probably the best spot for your silverware. You can see they're big full extension drawers right there. So your flatware in there. I mean, I say silverware, but let's be honest, when I go camping, I use plasticware. Some of your other utensils, like your spatulas, serving spoons, things like that. And whatever else, you know, hot pads, whatever else you need to toss in there. It's a good spot for it. Right up top, a little bit of storage right here. Perfect for your spices. You'll see they did put a shelf in there, so that way you can kind of stack your spices up in there. If you have a bigger can, like a can of Pam, something like that, you can always lay it down, toss it in there too. Microwave there, as well as your stainless steel hood with both a light and a fan. Right behind me is a huge pantry. Take a look at this. I love this. This is great for all of your food items or your plates. If you have some extra appliances like a toaster, electric griddle, something like that, gives you a good spot for it. But I load this sucker up with my Pop-Tarts, s'more fixins, you know, canned goods for your pies over the fire, whatever else you need. It's a good spot for it there. And then you have your essentially central main workstation right here in the kitchen. The sink itself does have a cover on here, so you can utilize this as prep space. The sink top cover also doubles as a cutting board. This unit did get winterized. You see a little bit of antifreeze here as well as, you know, in the sink itself. But high-rise faucet right there makes it easy to wash and rinse dishes. Single large stainless steel bowl, which is better for some of your pots and pans. You can fit them down in there. They will actually sit flat. If we take a look underneath here, open this guy up, you'll see you do have some underlighting there, which is pretty cool. Right over here, you have this extra storage space. There's a little bit of plumbing running through there, but you know, the PEX plumbing is pretty flexible. Plus, there's still plenty of room for your trash can. And then little storage right over there, a cubby hole. And then this big drawer right here, you can see this one pulls out quite a ways. So again, more usable storage space. Right over here to the side, you also have an electrical outlet. So, you know, anything you need to plug in over there. If you want your coffee maker over there, by all means, you can put it there too. You have the light switch. You have some lights right up here. On the wall, this little system is pretty handy. This remote lets you control all sorts of different features outside. So you can see control your awning light, stabilizer jack, slide, all your slides here, everything right there from that remote. So that way, when you pull into a camp space, especially if it's tight, if you're at like a state park, something like that, you can open those up, make sure you're not going to hit any trees or anything else that's in the way. Right over here, you have big extra storage. You can see that. So again, you know, if you want to put your cups, plates, things like that, that is a great spot for them right there, in my opinion. And over here to this side is your control panel. This top is shared storage with the top over there. The bottom here is your control panel, everything you would need. You have your tank monitoring system on there. Your water heater, folks, does run off both gas and electric. You can turn both of those on at the same time for faster recovery. Lastly, if you take a look right down here, we drop down, you have some more hidden storage right there. You know, you can use this for kitchen storage if you need it. Personally, I know it's up a little ways, but I'd probably use this for shoes, right? You walk in, kick your shoes off, throw them right in there. That way they're out of the way. But again, whatever you want to use it for, the storage space would be yours. And then right down here, lastly, folks, is your propane leak detector. Just another extra safety measure. In case there is any propane, that will let you know. As we take a look at the master bath, you do have 2 entrances and exits, one into the main living area, the other one here into the master bedroom. Right in between, you have a linen closet, which is great. This gives you a spot to put all of your towels, as well as any other bathroom things that you want to tuck away that don't fit in your medicine cabinet. Right over here is your foot flush lever toilet. I'll sit down on it here, show you have plenty of leg room, obviously. Shoulder space is pretty good as well, even with the door shut. You know, I am touching the wall a little bit, but I'm pretty wide in the shoulders, and again, I would have no issues. Right up top, appropriately located, is your vent fan there, and over to the side, you have the skylight. I'll step in the shower here if I can avoid the antifreeze on the floor. But this, you know, I'm 6 foot, just to give you an idea. You can see I have a little bit of space here. Under the skylight, you have that much more space. So that way, you know, even if you're 6'3", you can still shower in here without having to duck down. The doors themselves are in roller tracks. So that way, when you're done showering and you open it up, all the water goes right down into the shower pan. Hand wand there as well, and a couple of shelves. Over here to the side is your mirrored medicine cabinet. So, you know, your toothbrush, all your other goodies can go right in there. Again, it does have a mirror, so you can check yourself out. Electrical outlet over to the side. Just like the half bath, you have the stainless steel bowl and storage underneath. When we come into the master bedroom, you will see right here in the center is your residential size 60 by 80 queen bed. So if you're a taller person, you're sick of your feet hanging off in a camper queen, you don't have to worry about it in here. Also, when we lift up the bed, you will see there is plenty of storage under there. So if you have larger items, whether you go camping with a guitar, or you just need a place for some of your extra bedding, that's a great spot for it. Both sides of the bed have mirrored wardrobe. You can see a decent sized wardrobe space there. The wall board you see in there is pretty cool. It's kind of that brick. It goes in the wardrobe and it goes across the headboard here as well. And underneath the wardrobe, you see you have cubby holes right down underneath, folks. Both of those do have electrical outlets. So if you need a place to plug in and charge your cell phone, or a place to plug in your CPAP machine if you use one, that'll be the place to do it. All the way across the top, you have additional storage here too. You can see that, excuse me, 4 doors going all the way across there. If we take a quick look at the ceiling, you do have a vent up top. More importantly though, it is pre-wired for a second AC. So you plan on doing some camping in hot areas, having that second AC will certainly keep you nice and cool here at night. Also, if you want TV, you have a backer right there. You can see the TV hookups. This one is also is pre-wired for Wi-Fi. So if you want Wi-Fi here in the coach, there's a number there to call and you'll get all hooked up. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the Sprinter 32 FWBH. Starting off right here in the front, folks, for 2019, you have an all-new redesigned front cap. It's absolutely gorgeous. Painted front cap on there. You can see the center is the black. Looks really sharp, really makes it pop. I think they did a wonderful job, in my opinion. Right here, you see that you have your mirror, so that way as you back up, it'll help you align your hitch with the kingpin. And if we drop down underneath here, a couple different things. Right here's your spare tire. So if you ever have to get it, it is somewhat easy to get to, which I certainly enjoy. Hopefully, of course, you never have to use it. Light right outside here, your landing leg control, as well as solar prep. So if you want solar, all you have to do is buy your portable panels, plug it in, and it will trickle charge your battery. Right up front here is the front storage compartment. You see you have plenty of storage right over here. You'll see the bolts there for your spare tire. And over to this side is the battery compartment. As we make our way around to this side, take a look at the pass-through storage here. You'll notice it is very clean. You don't have any plumbing that's running down in the center. I really appreciate that. It gives you a lot of space to be able to put some larger items. And even if you have like a foldable table, you can actually fit that in there. You'll see that you have a little bit of storage running along in this track right here. And right up top, you have a light here as well as TV hookup. So if you want TV in the front of the RV, that is where you'd hook it up at. The door itself is nice and heavy duty. It is magnetic, so you can put it up just like so. It's also slam latch. You shut it just like so. It shuts nice and solid. Covered hinge on there, of course, too, so you don't have a bunch of rust coming down your door. Right outside, you have an electrical outlet, so if you don't want to, open up your pass-through to plug things in, you have that there. We take a look up top. You notice the power awning. Touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. You also have the LED light strip right there on the side, so that way you can flip a switch and have light at night. Now you'll notice in the heads of the awning there, you have your speakers. That way when it is rolled out, your music is playing down on the campsite rather than blasting out at your neighbor. That is actually controlled by that soundbar unit inside. Getting into the coach is quite simple. You have the 3 foldable steps here as well as the foldable grab handle. That way you have great control when entering or exiting this RV. Also, it is a friction hinge door. So kind of where you put it, that's kind of where it stays. Can handle winds of up to 20 miles an hour. The screen on here is pretty cool. You take a look at this. I really enjoy this because the screen can stay shut just like that. You don't have to slide this open and shut. When you're inside, all you have to do is push this down, and you can see it pushes the handle on the screen, so that way you can keep the screen shut. You don't have a bunch of bugs flying in on you. We drop down underneath, you'll see the aluminum alloy wheels, absolutely gorgeous. Great thing about aluminum is it doesn't rust, so they will stay looking pretty for years to come. And right in between is your Road Armor suspension system. That's a great suspension system. It uses rubber to help take a lot of the shock and vibration out of the road. That way when you get to your destination, you know, your plates haven't rattled out of the cupboards, they're not busted. Everything should be in good shape. If we take a look right at the back, this is your rear entertainment center. I really like this. I like the fact they put this different wall board up. You know, it's the same one they used in the bedroom. Just gives it a nice little, you know, kind of, again, pop and flare. You have a backlight there, hookups for your TV, so that way you can put your TV here. You know, everyone can sit around, be able to watch the game. You have the shelf right down below here. This is a great spot for some of your, you know, plates, paper plates, things like that. Maybe some solo cups, slide them in there on the side. Or if you want auxiliary equipment, maybe you want a DVD player out here for some kids, or, you know, if you're a gamer, you can hook up your gaming system, set it out here, plug it in right there. You're all set. Underneath that, we'll pull this guy out. There we are. This is your outside kitchen. This locks into place just like so. Lift this up, 2-burner cooktop, pretty self-explanatory. There is a propane quick connect for it right down below. So just take your propane, plug it in right there, you're rocking and rolling. Mind you, if you prefer a grill, you can always, you know, set your grill up out here, plug that in too. And then my favorite part is that guy right there, which is your outside refrigerator. That has plenty of space for condiments as well as any beverages that you want to put out here. Outside spray port, you need water access. That's right around the corner here. Just take that blue hose, hook it up right there, and you're all set. You also have the square tubular bumper with the end caps. That way you have a space in which you can store your sewer hose. The control for your rear stabilizer jacks is right over here. And if you take a look up top center there, you will see the backup camera prep. So if you do want a backup camera, having the prep makes it easier to install, meaning it will save you money on labor. Last thing right here in the back, folks, right around the corner is your 50 amp power inlet. Here on the off-door side, you have the docking station. We lift this up. You have a little arm there to hold everything up. You'll see your outside shower here with both hot and cold water access. One of 2 black tank flushes right here. Over to the side, you have your satellite and cable inlets. And then here you have your water inlet. If the blue lever is down, that will be city. If you flip it up, it will fill your fresh water tanks. Right over here to the side is your second black tank flush. This is a bath and a half, so we have 2 black tanks as well as 2 gray tanks, so you have 2 terminations. We drop down, you'll see 1 termination right over here. The other one is in the back behind the rear axle. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2019 Keystone Sprinter 32 FWBH. If you're interested in this bunk model and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.